The rapidity with which we are moving relates more to technological advances in how you can make a vaccine even before you start testing it. That makes me confident that we are going to do everything we can to determine safety.
As recently as November, the brilliant Fed was still preoccupied not with the deteriorating economy, but with the last generation concern of inflation, which, to the Fed's apparent surprise, continues year after year to be the dog that did not bite.
That was Louis Rukeyser all the way back in January 2001 on a different version of Wall Street Week, demanding a Federal Reserve be more concerned with inflation than with the strength of the economy, which comes in sharp contrast to what we heard from Fed Chair Jay Powell just this week.
Our new statement indicates that we will seek to achieve inflation that averages 2% over time.
Still with us, Larry Summers of Harvard and Glenn Hubbard of Columbia. So, Larry, I think you get a victory lap this week because over 5 years ago, you wrote in the Financial Times, and I'll quote it, "The Fed could inject much-needed confidence in the economy today and minimize future risks by announcing and following a strategy of not raising rates until it sees the whites of inflation's eyes." Now, as best I understand, that's sort of what Jay Powell said this week, isn't it?
I think it's more or less exactly what he said. I think he said two important things. He made clear that the 2% figure was a two-sided target. And after a decade of being below 2%, it would be okay with him if we were above 2% for a while, and that we weren't being religious about 2% as the ceiling. That's what I and many others have been advocating for a long time. And he also said that he was going to reject what has been a Fed staff preoccupation for a long time, the Phillips curve idea that we should stop the party before it gets started by raising rates when it looks like the economy is going to be really strong and unemployment is going to be low and wages are going to rise fast and the last people to be hired are going to be hired and employers are going to be reaching for less skilled workers and those with some blot on their backgrounds, that we're not going to cut off the economy's growth when those kinds of things happen until we actually see inflation materialize. And I think those are two welcome and frankly overdue changes in perspective from the Fed. They're things that I've been calling for half a dozen years in recognition of the fact that